Hi students, welcome back to our class. So this is your teacher RJ, and the topic that we're going to discuss today is the psychology of tourism, or ano nga ba yung mga behavior and motivations ng mga tao. Why are we doing tourism, or why are we traveling? So for our learning outcomes, at the end of this chapter, the students are expected to discuss the factors that motivate people and travel, elucidate the relationship of needs, wants, and motives to tourist motivation, describe the push and pull model, explain the relationship between Maslow's hierarchy of needs and the travel motivations listed in travel literature, identify the characteristics of travelers based on purpose of travel, and analyze the travel constraints. So for our first objective, what is tourism? So ano nga ba ang tourism? So paulit-ulit, it is the act of and process of spending time away from home in pursuit of recreation, relaxation, and pleasure while making use of the commercial provision of services. So based on what are we or what we've discussed before, ang tourism, ito yung pag-alis mo doon sa usual environment mo, having a 24 hours na wala ka doon sa environment na kinabibilangan mo or doon sa comfort zone mo. So umaalis ka sa comfort zone mo within 24 hours kasi 'di ba pag sinabing excursionist, less than 24 hours lang siya. So kapag tourist ay 24 hours, more than 24 hours ka dapat nag-stay doon sa isang lugar. So, several studies on tourist motivations have listed various reasons. So, ito yung mga reason kung bakit nga ba tayo nagta-travel or bakit nga ba tayo nagsisik ng travel. Maybe we want to have an escape, a relaxation, relief of tension, sunlust, physical health, family togetherness, interpersonal relations, roots or ethnics, maintaining social contacts, convincing oneself of one's achievement, showing one's achievements, status and prestige, self-discovery, culture, education, professional or business, wanderlust, interest in foreign areas, and sceneries. So marami pang other reasons aside from dito sa mga nabanggit na ito. And your motivation or your reason kung bakit ka nagta-travel depends on you. Kung ano nga ba yung reason mo or kung ano nga ba yung pinakang dahilan mo bakit ka nagta-travel. So it depends on the people kung ano nga ba yung reason niya kung bakit siya nagta-travel. So basic travel motivators can be divided into four classes. So una, we have the physical motivators. Namomotivate ka mag-travel physically. So it includes those related to physical rest, sports participation, beach recreation, relaxing entertainment, and other motivations connected with health. So physically, yun yung reason mo or yun yung motivation mo bakit ka nagta-travel. For example, mahilig kang mag-hiking. So gusto mo dito sa iba't ibang bundok dito sa Pilipinas and even outside the Philippines gusto mong marating. So nagta-travel ka para lang mag-hiking kasi yun yung motivation mo. So ang motivator mo is physical motivator. So the next one, we have cultural motivators. So from the word itself, culture, your motivation here kung bakit ka nagta-travel is more on the culture. Maybe you are interested in architecture, archaeological treasures, culinary activities, heritage, dance, music, and so on. So everything with regards to culture, kaya ka nagta-travel is what we call cultural motivators. Kasi may mga tao talaga na masyado silang fan or masyado silang fan sa history or sa culture natin. Kaya, yun yung reason nila kung bakit sila nagta-travel, especially the historians. So next, interpersonal motivator. So this one pertains to the desire to meet other people, visit friends or relatives, escape from routine, from family and neighbors. So dito naman sa interpersonal motivators is that nag-travel ka because you wanted to socialize, you wanted to escape from your daily routines, and or maybe you wanted to escape from your family. Kumbaga, nagkaroon kayo ng problema. So, it is your personal, interpersonal motivation kung bakit ka nagta-travel. Gusto mong mag-travel kasi gusto mong mapag-isip-isip muna or parang gusto mong magpalamig muna. 'Di ba? So next we have the status and prestige motivators. So when we say status and prestige motivators, your motivation naman here is all about your personal development, your ego enhancement, and your sensual indulgement. So dito gusto mong mag-travel or nagta-travel ka because you want to improve yourself. Kasama na dito yung educational travel, you want to become an exchange student, for example, kasi gusto mo ring maranasan yung educational system outside the Philippines, yung mga yan. So, since it is education, it is your personal development as well. Hindi ka lang nade-develop intellectually, but you are developing personally. So the relationship of needs, wants, and motives. Ano nga ba ang relationship nitong tatlong to? So needs, alam naman natin na ito yung mga pangangailangan natin. Ito yung hindi tayo mabubuhay pag wala yung mga needs na ito. Kaya nga siya need. Kasi nga kailangan natin siya. For example, our basic needs, we have food, shelter, clothing, water. Yung mga yan, our basic needs. And wants, alam naman natin na ito yung mga bagay na hindi naman natin siya masyadong kailangan pero gusto lang talaga natin. And kung afford naman natin itong mga wants na to, especially kapag material things, we are trying our best para makuha itong want na to. So the difference between a need and a want is awareness. Totoo yan. Kasi baka hindi natin alam kung ano ang pinagkaiba ng needs and wants. Kaya minsan tayo ay bili ng bili ng hindi naman natin siya kailangan. Kasi nga hindi natin or hindi tayo aware na hindi pala ito yung need ko. This is just my want. Kaya tayo bumibili. So we have to know the difference between needs and wants. But here, ano nga ba ang relationship ni needs, wants, and motivations? So dito, awareness must be accompanied by motivation. So kanina, si need and wants, ang kanilang difference is awareness. And dito naman sa awareness na to, it must be accompanied by motivation. And for us to be motivated, uh, or motivated to satisfy our needs, an objective or goal must be present. Bakit nga ba tayo motivate? Kasi meron tayong objective, meron tayong goal. Kaya grabe yung motivation natin. Parang sa studies lang yan. Bakit ba tayo motivated mag-aral? It's because we have a goal na makapagtapos tayo ng pag-aaral para tayo ay makakuha ng magandang trabaho. So, ganun din siya here in tourism. So the marketing role now is to suggest objectives such as vacation, cruises, and flights. So when we market tourism, we must give people what their needs or what their needs are. Then we convert these needs into wants. For example, alam na alam naman natin na ang mga tao or tayo, ang needs natin ay food. So we will become now aware na food pala ang kailangan natin. And for us, or yung marketing naman, or tourism and hospitality marketer, ang gagawin nila, bibigyan kanila, or they will inform you na you must convert these needs into wants. Gusto mo ng food, for example. Tapos ikaw, since or alam ni marketing tourism or ni hospitality marketing na kailangan natin ng food. So siya, mag-give siya sa atin ng mga information about different foods. So tayo, matatakam tayo doon sa mga food na nakikita natin sa advertisements. So gugustuhin natin kainin yun. Hala, gusto kong matikman yung pagkain na yun. So nagiging wants na siya. And sasabihin sa'yo ni marketing, department ng tourism and hospitality na you need to do travel. Kailangan mong mag-travel para makapunta dito at para makakain ng iba't ibang pagkain. So, ganun din siya. So, that is their relationship. So, next, proceed naman tayo sa push and pull model. So, here, push and pull model, we have two factors. Una dito si push factor, which is the intangible desires. So ito yung mga desires natin intangibly na hindi natin nakikita, hindi natin nahahawakan. It is our feelings. Kaya tayo nagta-travel. Kaya ito yung nagiging factor natin kung bakit tayo nagta-travel. Maybe we wanted to have peacefulness, or lonely tayo, or we need to feel new experience, kaya tayo nagta-travel. So, yun yung desire natin. Yun yung push factor natin. So, yun yung nagtutulak sa atin para travel tayo. So, the pull factor naman are the quality of the setting that attracts them to come to an attraction. So, ito yung external factors. For example, you want peacefulness, yun yung push, or yun yung push factor mo, yun yung nagtutulak sa'yo kung bakit gusto mong mag-travel. So, ikaw, yung pull factor mo naman, ang mangyayari, pupunta ka doon sa isang lugar na alam mong makakahanap ka ng peacefulness. For example din, gusto mo, or yung intangible desire mo is that makabisita sa mga magagandang tanawin dito sa buong Pilipinas. So, ang external factor mo doon, hahanapin mo kung alin ba dito sa Pilipinas yung may magandang scenic view or may magandang tourist attractions na mapapawaw ka talaga. So, they are interconnected. So, the push factor and pull factor goes along together. So let's proceed now to the Maslow's theory of motivation and travel. Motivation. We all know the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Alam naman natin na sabi ni Abraham Maslow, there are different needs, or there are different needs ang mga tao para ang ano niya dito ay para siyang pyramidal. Yun yung ano niya, yun yung illustration ni Maslow. Parang pyramidal ang needs ng mga tao. Yung nasa pinaka-bottom ng pyramid is the physiological needs. And before tayo makapunta or bago tayo makaakyat doon sa pangalawang stage ng ating needs, kailangan muna nating mas-satisfy yung nasa pinaka or nasa lower level nung needs natin. Kasi saka lang tayo mag-move forward kapag kaunti-unti na nating na-attain yung mga nasa ibaba na mga stages of our needs. So una, of course, we have the physiological, our food, water, yung mga yan. So for the next naman is the safety. We have the security of body, security of tenure, yung mga yan. And after that, pag alam mong secured ka na, you have already the security of tenure, ang hahanapin mo na is the love and belongingness. So kapag meron ka na nun, kailangan mo naman at ang hahanapin mo naman is the self-esteem. And lastly is the self-actualization. Pero meron siyang dinagdag. So two intellectual needs were added. So una, to know and understand acquiring knowledge. And the second one is the aesthetics or the appreciation of beauty. So Maslow's hierarchy of needs and motivations listed in travel literature, paano nga ba siya nag-work? So for example, your need is physiologically. So ang motive mo is relaxation. So tourism literature, ito yung mga magiging reason kung bakit ka mag-travel. You have the escape, relaxation, and so on and so forth. Yung mga yan. So sa social, for example, you need love and affection. So ang reason mo or the motivation mo kung bakit ka nagta-travel is that family togetherness, you want to have compassion, you have to want interaction with other people, and so on. So yan yung Maslow's needs and motivations listed in travel literature. So now let's proceed to tourist motivation. So una, maraming motivations kasi. There are different motivations. Ang mga turista kung bakit tayo nagta-travel. Iba-iba tayo ng reason kung bakit natin gustong mag-travel. So, una na dito is the need for escape or change. May mga taon, di ba, talaga na hindi, or pag hindi na sila nasa-satisfy doon sa environment na meron sila, humahanap sila ng other environment kung saan sila magkakaroon ulit ng motivation to work, to study, yung mga ganyan. Kaya minsan nga sabi nila, di ba, bakit ka nag-travel? Gusto ko lang hanapin yung sarili ko or gusto ko lang naman ng pagbabago. So, yun yung isa sa reason kung bakit tayo nag-travel. So, sabi dito, we travel not to escape life, but for life not to escape us. So, ano yung ibig sabihin niyan? So, travel daw tayo hindi para takasan yung mga problema na iniwan natin. Pero, kundi, travel tayo para hindi naman natin maranasan or para naman ma-enjoy natin yung buhay natin. Kasi baka mamaya sobrang workaholic mo na. Tapos, ang ending, hindi mo na nabibigyan ng time yung sarili mo. Hindi mo na nabibigyan ng relaxation yung sarili mo. So, parang nabubuhay ka na lang just for work. So, yan. The next one is travel for health. Especially ito sa mga mayayaman at afford talaga nila na mag-travel pa abroad kasi we all know na mas highly technical yung mga gamit doon or mas advanced yung mga medical equipment sa ibang bansa kaysa dito sa atin. So the travel for health, ang reason nila for traveling is para humanap ng solusyon, especially pagka yung sakit na meron sila is walang doktor dito sa Philippines. So they have or they need to go to other countries para lang malunasan or makahanap ng lunas doon sa health problems that they have. So next is travel for sports. May mga tao talaga na mahilig sa sports na kahit saan or kahit magkano yung mga ano na yan, yung mga prices ng mga seats na yan, pupuntahan talaga nila at kahit saan, panig pa yan ng mundo, pupuntahan nila. For example, paglaban ni Pacquiao, 'di ba? Paglaban ni Senator Manny Pacquiao, sobrang daming tao or sobrang daming Pinoy na bumibili talaga ng ticket kahit gaano siya kamahal para lang or nagta-travel talaga, sinusundan talaga siya doon para lang makapanood ng live sa mga laban niya. So the next one here or the next example here is yung mga Olympiads natin. Kapag may mga Olympics, 'di ba, nagta-travel sila to represent the Philippines in sports. So the next one is travel for social contact. Ito pag mahilig ka talaga sa culture or mahilig kang immerse doon sa mga tao. So when you travel ka just to have a social contact with different ethnicity, with different people, yung mga ganyan. So yan yung reason mo. So masyado kang sociable na tao and gusto mong malaman kung ano nga ba yung pamumuhay ng ibang tao, especially the indigenous people ng ibang countries. So, travel ka just to know or just to have social contact. The next one is the travel for status and prestige. Usually, ito ginagawa ng presidente, ng mga kings and queens ng different countries kapag meron silang mga forums, mga ganyan. They are traveling or representing their countries. So, meron din naman dito, yung mga mayayaman talaga, nagta-travel sila yearly or kung hindi man yearly, every month nagta-travel sila. Kasi nga, to maintain their status and prestige. So the next is the travel for education. Ito yung mga tao na nagta-travel at nag-explore ng iba't ibang educational system ng iba't ibang bansa. So they are called an exchange student or international student. So they are traveling just to explore. Kasi lalo ngayon, ang dami ng scholarship grants na pwede tayong makapag-aral ng libre outside the Philippines or outside of our countries. And for free accommodation, free tuition, and yung ibang scholarship, may pasahod pa sila. So they are traveling for education. The next one is the travel for personal values. So ito, your personal values and beliefs is one of the importance or one of the motivator kung bakit ka nagta-travel. For example, gusto mong makita dahil you have that values or masyado kang religious person, gusto mong makapunta sa Israel, for example, kasi 'di ba, we all know Israel doon pinanganak si Jesus Christ. So since religious kang tao, gusto mong puntahan at gusto mong makita yung mga sites na yon. And another thing, if you are a Catholic, for example, gusto mong makita si Pope, yung highest priest ng Catholicism, gusto mong makita. 'Di ba, especially pag afford mo namang mag-travel, magta-travel ka talaga para lang makita siya or para lang makarinig ng sermon niya mismo personally ni Pope. So, the next one is the travel for cultural experience. Pag culture lover ka talaga or you love culture, ito yung nagiging reason mo kung bakit ka nagta-travel. So, cross-cultural exchanges, experiencing how other people live, and fostering international are some of the reasons to satisfy your curiosity. Paano nga ba nabubuhay itong mga ethnic groups na to? Different ethnic groups of different countries. Paano nga ba yung way of living nila? So, yan. Yan yung reason mo kung bakit ka nag-travel. So, the next one is you are traveling for shopping and bargain hunting. Ito naman ay if you have businesses, di ba, nagta-travel ka talaga para makapag-angkat pa ng iba't ibang product na ibebenta mo doon sa country mo or ibebenta mo na wala doon sa country mo, or mahilig ka lang talagang mag-shopping or mahilig or collector ka ng iba't ibang mga different native crops, for example. So magta-travel ka talaga sa iba't ibang bansa just to collect yung mga native crops noong iba't ibang country. Next is the travel for professional and business motives. So your only motivation here is to travel is your work pa din. So minsan mahirap din mag-travel ng ang reason mo is for work. Kasi 'di ba, nandun ka to work, not to enjoy. So, depende na lang kung kaya mong mag-side trips, yung mga ganyan. But, ang maganda dito sa traveling for professional or business motives is that libre yung travel mo, libre yung accommodation mo, at libre yung mga food na meron ka. Tapos, pagbalik mo doon sa um, company na kinabibilangan mo is that meron ka pang tinatawag na travel expense na babayaran pa sa iyo lahat ng mga nagastos mo while you are on travel, and at the same time, ito ay para rin sa iyong personal development, especially skills that you can use in the workplace. So next is you are traveling to search for natural beauty. Kapag gusto mo lang talagang makakita ng different places or iba't ibang magagandang tanawin sa iba't ibang lugar at sa iba't ibang bansa, ito yung reason mo for traveling. So the classification of travelers are based on travel purpose or the purpose of travel. Una, we have the business travelers. Alam naman natin na they are traveling because they need to work pa rin habang nasa travel sila. So they are divided into three categories. We have regular business travelers attending meetings, conventions, and congresses, and incentive travelers. Dito under ng business travelers. So, isa-isahin natin. Una is the regular business travelers. So among business travelers, the cost of the trip is shouldered by the company. Hence, the travel is not influenced by personal income. The volume and rate of growth of business travel is not greatly affected by the cost of travel. So nag-travel ka para mag-benchmark, yung mga yan, makipag-meeting, for example. So next, you are traveling because of conventions, because you need to attend seminars, you need to attend forums, you need to attend conventions, in mga yan. And under this, we have two types of conventions. Actually, three types of conventions. Una, we have the international conventions, which usually involve members and non-members from more than 2 foreign countries. So the next one, we have Continental Convention, have delegates coming from other continents. And the other one is the National Convention. So these are meetings organized by associations at the states or provincial in your country, within your country. And for the incentive travelers, ito yung isa sa magandang types ng business travel, incentive travelers. Pwedeng ikaw ay nabigyan ng reward, ng magandang reward kasi maganda yung mga nagawa mo sa company mo. Kaya ka binigyan ng incentive, kaya ka binigyan ng reward na you have to travel muna yung sagot ng company pero hindi ka mag-work doon sa travel mo na yun. You have to enjoy it kasi ikaw ang top employee of that year, for example. So, incentive travelers. So next, we have the pleasure traveler or the personal traveler. So under this, we have 4 resort travelers, family pleasure travelers, the elderly and singles and couples. So the resort travelers, it is also notable majority of resort travelers have families with children. So you are traveling and you are staying in a resort. So from the word itself, resort travelers. So next, we have the family pleasure travelers. So you are traveling because of your family, you have to go. Or meron kayong parang rule sa family ninyo na every or once a month kailangan niyo mag-travel as a family, mga ganyan. So under this, we have 3 types of families. We have the junior families with parents age 20 to 34, having preschool and or grade school children. So we have mid-range families with parents age 35 to 44 with grade school and or high school children, and the mature families with parents age 45 or over with children who are high school age and older. So the next is the elderly. Ito ay especially kapag meron kayong mga senior citizens organizations. So meron silang mga time na nagta-travel talaga ang mga senior citizens. And ito, you are traveling as a single or you are traveling as a couple. So alin ka ba dyan? You are traveling alone or you are traveling with someone. So singles and couples travel. So, now let's proceed to the travel constraints. Ano nga ba yung mga pumipigil sa tao or sa atin kung bakit tayo hindi nakaka-afford or hindi tayo nagta-travel? Unang-una dito, we all know that when it comes to or when we hear the word travel, we need to travel, I want to travel. The question is, do you have the money to travel? Kasi accommodation pa lang at pamasahe pa lang, baka pocket money mo wala ka pa, 'di ba? So mahirap mag-travel ng hindi or wala kang pera, 'di ba? Kasi everything or bawat galaw mo when you are traveling, you need to pay, right? So lack of money. So next, lack of time. Sa mga workaholic to, lack of available time or availability, inhibiting factor to tourist travel. So you want to travel, you are financially stable or you have the financial ability to travel, but you don't have the time to travel kasi nga masyado ka nang nilalamon ng work mo, yung mga yan, especially the workaholic people. So next, lack of safety and security. So you are afraid to travel kasi masyado kang nag-iisip or na-overthink ka na baka dito sa place na pupuntahan ko, baka may mangyari sa akin hindi maganda, baka manakawan ako, something like that. So you are afraid of your safety and your security. So the next is physical disability. Physical disability in any form of bad health or physical handicap may keep people at home. Kasi nga, mahirap mag-travel, 'di ba, if you are physically disabled. Kapag nga may sakit ka lang or masakit lang yung ulo natin, hindi na tayo nakakapag-travel kahit gustong-gusto nating mag-travel. Kasi ang thinking natin pag may masama sa atin or hindi maganda yung health condition natin tapos magta-travel tayo, hindi rin natin siya may enjoy kasi mas pinifeel natin yung nararamdaman natin physically. So next, family commitments, especially the single moms, for example, or the single dads. Diba? They need to work overtime, they need to take care of their children, yung mga yan. Kaya they have family commitments or they need to take care of their elderly parents, yung mga yan. So hindi sila nakakapag-travel kasi meron silang family commitments. So, lack of interest in travel. Totoo to. May mga tao talaga na extrovert, sobrang extrovert nila and hindi sociable and hindi sila adventurous. Kaya mas gusto lang nila or mas masaya sila kapag ka nasa bahay lang sila. 'Di ba? Or if they are doing the same routine lang or routinary lang ang gusto nila. So, they don't have the interest to travel. So, next is fear. So, yan, takot tayo sa heights, takot tayo sa mga planes, takot tayo or may phobia tayo sa pagsakay sa mga bus, pagsakay sa mga cars, yung mga ganyan. Kaya tayo natatakot or kapag ka na, if we are on the hotel, natatakot tayo na baka maiwan or baka pasukan tayo, yung mga ganyan, baka hindi secured yung hotel. Yan, masyado tayo nag-overthink. Kaya, ang tendency, hindi na lang tayo nag-travel kasi takot tayo. So, and that's it for the lesson 3, the psychology of tourism. For your activity or direction, explain briefly the following questions. So, una, enumerate the various tourist motivations listed in the travel literature. Explain the push and pull model. Discuss the basic travel motivators. Give examples of each. Describe the learning process of a tourist and explain the relationship of needs, wants, and motives to travel. And for your assignment, you need to do your journal entry or your reflection. So your reflection lang naman must contain what you have learned doon sa lesson natin for today. So, ayan guys, I hope you learned a lot for today's lesson. Thank you for listening and God bless. See you on our next discussion.